All right, sorry everybody. That was a pain. I'm still trying to get used to this. Welcome to the Barrel House. Hope everybody's here, or if anybody's here, because I couldn't get that figured out. Took me a second. I hope I have it figured out now. Let me see if it's on my phone. Um, it is, so let's turn that down and get it pulled up so I can watch so I can look for chat. Okay, so welcome to the Barrel House, and tonight I don't know if anybody's on here because it was all screwed up. Let me text a few people because they were like, "Where are you?" I was having a hard time getting used to it, so it's just gonna be. I got a lot to figure out. If people stay, I appreciate it, but if you don't, I completely understand. So I am trying to get going on this. I'm texting a few people. I have my son trying to help me, and he's not here. So we're gonna do Blantons. We're gonna do Blantons and John J Bowman. So, and I'm gonna do a cocktail. So here we go. We've got Bowman Brothers small batch. So I don't know if anybody's watching at all. I can't tell. Doesn't look like it. Actually, yeah, I don't think there's anybody watching. Um, okay, I think I'm right on my phone. I'm like a second or two behind on my phone, and I'm showing nobody on at this moment. So that's a bummer. Nobody's watching. So I'll get started here in a second. I got one thumbs up. Somebody throw a chat out there if anybody's watching. If I know I'm just talking to myself, I talk to myself a lot, so that's okay. I can do that. But I'd like to a couple people on before I start really pouring and talking about it. So John J Bowman, I'm actually until I see somebody, I'm literally having nobody watching. I don't think. Oh, okay. There's four. I think there's four. Here we go. All right, four is better than zero. So I got John J Bowman, which is mash bill number 2, which as you can see is Blanton's, is the mash bill for Blanton's is mash bill 2. They take the juice, they send it to John J Bowman in Virginia, which is under the Buffalo Trace umbrella, and they triple distill it. So they distill it one more time, and then they age it for between 7 and 8 years supposedly, and this one's 6 to 7 years. This is mash bill 1, which is Eagle Rare and Buffalo Trace. Same thing, get the juice and do this. This is $40. This is $65. This is $90 MSRP now, and it can be a lot more in a lot of places. This one, can be hard to find, but they release it a couple times a year. Look for it. This is fantastic. We're about to make a drink with it. We're going to talk about the two and anything else that anybody wants to talk about. Throw something in the. I have 4 people watching, so until somebody chats and says hello, how do I sound? All of that. Thumbs up. I think that means there's 4 in there, but people might just have it turned on and nobody's really watching right now. So hopefully people didn't leave because I didn't get it up right away. I think it's 5:10 now, so that took a few minutes. So I may lose people. I may get people in. I'm not really sure, but we'll have fun with it. And hopefully a few people show up. I'm going to take my time. Let's do the cocktail first. So every week I'm going to do, and hopefully I'll get it figured out a little bit quicker. I haven't done it in like 3 weeks. Whoops, that was important here. And the boy wasn't here to help get it started, and I had it a little bit off, but I got it figured out, obviously. But I want to get an intro going so that while the intro's going, I can be backstage, kind of getting everything ready so we're not having this problem. And I have a single barrel that I poured earlier. I did a short that'll be coming out at 8 o'clock Mountain tonight on this. and then we'll do a Blanton's. We'll get that poured. Now this is a Blanton's store pick from Wilbur's in Fort Collins, Colorado, and it's even better than regular Blanton's. So it might be better than the Bowman just because of the single barrel on it. So we will see how that goes. So I'm going to make an old fashioned. So I've got my small batch. I'm going to do 3 splashes of orange bitters, and then I really like these things. This is a Collins brand, and it's an orange, candied orange peels. So I don't use any simple syrup or sugars. I just put one of these in and a little bit of the orange syrup, and I kind of muddle it down. I got a muddler, but I just kind of push it down in there. Then, so we'll put, do the, up to 7. So that's chat still, unless the chat's not working. Somebody text me if the chat's not working. 2 cherries, and I'm originally from Michigan. These are my favorite Traverse City Whiskey Company cherries. The whiskey I'm not as big a fan of. The cask strength is supposed to be really good. I need to try it. So then I stir that all in there. I kind of push the cherries down a little bit, and I had some syrup there. Let's do a little bit more of the cherry syrup. And we got the bitters. Put the spoon back. Put the cherries off here to the side. And happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Cheers to the troops who have served and are serving, and everybody that has sacrificed. That's so good. See what I did there? I mean, I don't use any simple syrup. A little bit of the cherry juice, a little bit of the orange. I use orange bitters, and then that is really, really smooth with that. That is absolutely fantastic. Barrelhouse Old Fashioned. Try it that way. I also have a cherry rye CBD bitters that I use sometimes. So I still have nobody in the chat. Get Taz or somebody to say hey. If anybody's out there, I got 9 watching now. So we're going to talk about the John J. Bowman. So we're having the Bowman brothers. And if anybody wants, you have to throw it in the chat. I've never tried this. I'd be willing to pop it open, be the guinea pig for people. This is Isaac Bowman, which is also under the Bowman Brothers label. Now, this one, I don't know that enough about it to if they get the juice. This is mash bill 1, which I would assume probably is. And then it's port barrel finished. And it is 90, let me get my eyes, 92 proof. And that's the Isaac Bowman. I can always pop that if people want me to and try it. So these are the Blantons and the John J. Bowman. Let's just sip for a second. Let me know what you're drinking. And, oh, I got a few people finally in the chat. Looks like Ray says, hola, Ron, love Bowman. Do you like you actually, Ron, when you were out here a couple summers ago when we went camping, I brought a bottle of that Bowman Brothers, just a small batch. We killed the whole bottle that weekend. And then the John J. Bowman is awesome, quite a bit cheaper. I know in Florida it's a lot more money for the Blantons. What are you paying for Bowman down there for the John J. Bowman? I'd love to find a store pick of this. Now, this is a store pick. We're going to try it here in a second. And it's easier for me. I can't quite read. I can kind of read that on there. It's better on my phone. Brad Milner, hi. Hello, Brad. And Chris Jenkins, cheers. Thank you, Chris, for watching. And, oh, Ron's drinking Caribou. I got some of that right behind me. That's a good pick. $60 for John J. Yeah, see, I paid like $64.99. And Blanton's just went up to $90 MSRP in Colorado. And I know in Florida, I think it's quite a bit more. So really, it's a great deal because it is Blanton's juice. They distill it one more time. And we'll go ahead and do a comparison right now. But by the way, Ron, if you have some of the Bowman Brothers, make yourself a old fashioned. That's fantastic. You guys let me know if you want me to try the Isaac Bowman. So I kind of wanted to stick with that tonight. I could also, if people want me to, I could grab a Eagle Rare and compare it. Well, that's gonna be a 10-year, probably a Buffalo Trace because it's mash bill 1, same thing over there. So Ron says Blanton's is $150 in Florida. Yeah, no thanks. I'd be getting John Jay all the time. You let me know if you want me to send you some Blantons. I can get it quite a bit cheaper, but actually only $60 cheaper now. Drinking Caribou. What's everybody else drinking? I see once again Taz has not made it into the chat. Darn it, Taz. And but could be watching. Actually, we're back down to 4 people only. Bummer. So yeah, I only got 4 people watching again. I had 7, but now I'm back down to 4. So which means I'm not sure who that is, but hopefully we'll get up a few more. Boy, I'm just really enjoying that old fashioned. That is really solid. All right, let's get a drink of water. I did a candied orange, and I have these dried oranges. That might be good. Let's try a little bit. This is like a candy distillery. Look for their stuff. Ones they won Whiskey Worlds with one of theirs, and one of their bourbon whiskeys, and they're entering another one this year. They have some great stuff. They have a really good tasting room, and these oranges are fantastic. So all that's going to do is make it better, right? So get a little water. Well, maybe my deal's off. It's only showing 4, but Chris Jenkins about to pour a Bowman Brothers. Nice. Are you going to just do that on ice or straight up, or making a cocktail? And is that just regular Bowman? So Bowman Brothers, I'm assuming, is this one. Yes. And if anybody has the Isaac Bowman and you have one, we can pop it together. So I've never tried it. And so looks like just a few people are here. Let me text Taz. And I know Bob was going to try to watch in a little bit. So there, I just text Taz some drinks, so maybe that means he will show up. So let's do the John J. Bowman and then the Blantons together, and we'll see what we think. And if anybody has, I mean, I know Ron does. So if you've got the John J. Bowman and the Blantons, you could try the 2 together and see what you think and let me know. And 100 proof versus 93 proof is probably going to make a little bit of a difference. And they do triple distill that. So so yeah, Dennis says try all of them. So yeah, that would be a long night. Oh, what are you drinking, Dennis? Probably like Crown Apple or something like that. That's so smooth. I mean, it's just caramel and vanilla and just a nice baking rye spice, because that mash bill 2 is a higher rye, and just smooth all the way through. I mean, it's got a lot of flavor. You can really taste the vanilla and the caramel. And that 78 years gives us some oak. That triple distills, probably is smoothed out. It's just smooth, just really smooth, good stuff. This is a great value for $65. I wish it was more available, but it's under the Buffalo Trace umbrella, just like Caribou Crossing that Ron's drinking. I have that. I have a single barrel store pick of that right here, and it's so hard to find all their stuff, So I don't know if they just sit on it like crazy, make just enough to keep people wanting it, but this is really good. That is delicious. I'll take a drink of water, and Brad's drinking 1792. Is that the small batch or which one? I just did I filmed a video that'll be coming out soon today of my top 10 between $30 and $40 bourbons that you can get at the liquor store. I filmed it at the liquor store, and 1792, I believe, is like my number 3 or 4 in that price range. It won the Whiskey Worlds last year in the small batch competition. The bottle and bond won the bottle and bond competition or category. The single barrel took, I believe, 4th in the single barrel category, and then the barrel proof, which if you get a single barrel foolproof store pick of the right one, it can compete with Stag. And everybody's like, no way. But it's really solid stuff. And they have that on sale at Wilbur's for $52 this weekend for the 1792 foolproof, which I would suggest, especially if you can find a store pick. If you see a store pick, just buy it. So Brad says Bottle and Bond. Bottle and Bond won the Bottle and Bond Worlds, and Bottle and Bond is one of my absolute favorite summer bourbons. I will be doing so every night, once I get this figured out better. So every Sunday night, see me at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. I will be on for an hour, and if there's still people watching and we're talking about stuff and having some banter going back and forth, I'll stay on longer. And I'm going to do a theme every week, and probably really soon I will be doing the 1792 line because I absolutely love it, and there's some great summer drinkers there for that. That might even be next week. So I really enjoy all the 1792. In fact, that's what's in there right now. That's my pour for just cocktails or whatever. I have the 1792 small batch in the Mandalorian. This is the way. So let's get over to the what else we got there? Dennis, Ron. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Straight up, just regular. There you go. Absolutely neat. That's good. And Chris, do you have you tried the John J Bowman single barrel, and what do you think about that? Let's go to the Blantons. Actually, let's get a drink of water. It's weird that I'm only showing 4 people. Or is that 4 likes? I don't know how many people are watching. I haven't figured that out yet either. So now it says 4 likes and 4, so I think 4 people are watching, which seems weird. Thought there was more than that, but oh well, got to build it up, right? And that was such a horrible entry getting in. I can see why nobody's watching it. So let's go to the 1792. 1792. See, I'm all over 1792. I just read it on the screen. So this is a single barrel store pick that I got like 2 years ago. As you can see, I really sip it because it's really delicious. Really delicious. I actually, the Blanton's Gold is fantastic. Ron, who's on, my brother-in-law, got me that, and it is really delicious. But the single barrel is something else. It's really rock solid. And whenever you can get the store pick can compete with all the other ones. Bowman Brothers small batch with a splash of ginger ale. Okay, that works. That doesn't sound too bad at all, actually. Oh, see, those little oranges even made it better. You know what? I got to add a little bit more. This is going to go too fast. Let's because I'm just doing little pours of this. It's more about a cocktail tonight. That's probably enough for right now. Just a little bit more in there. A little bit more splash. Now we got a few more people on. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Barrelhouse. Hi, Taz. Oh, Heaven Hill grain to glass weeded. Absolutely great choice. Great choice. The grain to glass is really good stuff. That will also be. So every week I want to do, and people give me suggestions, something that now it's not going to be all my top shelf stuff, and I want to do something that is a distillery that I can do a couple of bottles to compare, and it can even be a rye and a bourbon or whatever. Like I'm going to do Knob Creek. I definitely want to do Knob Creek pretty soon. And I can do Heaven Hill. I can do different stuff. So you let me know. I can do some Penelopes. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a bourbon that week. Like I'll do Penelope 9-year estate and one of the other ones like the barrel proof or the architect or something like that. And then I'll do like the weeded with a cocktail or something along those lines. Maker's Mark, same way. Just down the line, and that's kind of what I'm going to do, and do some blinds some weeks with some stuff. Once I get going more, and maybe can put out, do some giveaways and get some blinds for people and set some blinds up with people. If there's something they want, I can do stuff as a blind, and we'll see what we think. We're just going to play it by ear, but right now I thought every week I'll do Barrelhouse Old Fashioned with a certain bourbon, and then we'll talk about the higher end line of that and try it and talk about it. And maybe you can pour it with me. So that is the goal. here we go. Nope, already did that one. So now we're gonna do the Blantons. And I'm gonna just keep my eyes right here. I can actually read that pretty good from here. I'm starting to figure this out. Trying to figure out how to get on my TV. Got to figure out an intro. Anybody can sure let me know. Barrelhouse65@gmail.com and help me out with trying to figure all this out and get the intros because I'm learning on my own. I don't have a lot of people to reach out to around here. I know a lot of the bourbon community channels. Got to read on it and try to get going on it and figure it out. So, what did Ron read right now? BXL Social. Okay, what's a BXL Social? Not sure on that one. And anybody else coming in here and what are they drinking? So, I like old fashions. A lot of people like Manhattans. I also like good highball. Highballs are coming back. I'm making highballs come back. Those are fun. I'm going camping in a week. So next Sunday night I'll be talking about that, and I'm going to probably set up a cocktail that I'll be doing. What do you like to drink when you're camping? So that will definitely be the channel or next week at 5 o'clock. And then I might do, I can't, but I'll do a video up there. I'm going to say I can't do a live feed. I'll be in the mountains. No internet, but I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing that up there, but that'll be in a couple weeks when I do Penelope. And the Penelope cocktail will be, they just came out with a Penelope Old Fashioned Peach, which I'll definitely be doing that one. Okay, here we go. The Blantons. Hope everybody likes your shirt too. It's a vegetable. So I'm getting my vegetables after my protein this afternoon. Burgers on the grill. See, now that's weird to me because I'm on the nose. This smells so smooth and just smooth and clean. This has got a little bit more, that bourbony, slight ethanol, just a little tiny bit, but it's only 93 proof. It's kind of crazy. Group. Okay, that's the group you're in, or that's the group I need to go to. I think you sent that to me when you're out for my birthday. I'll have to figure that one out. Yeah, this just smells a little hotter, which is strange. Slight little bit more ethanol. This is just clean. So clean. I mean, there's a little tiny bit there. I'm getting more vanilla, not as much caramel. I got vanilla and caramel. So here we go. Oh, boy. But it drinks smooth. Yep, the vanilla and caramel are there like that. Boom. Vanilla caramel oak. That's like a vanilla caramel saltwater taffy that you get in Estes Park. That is very smooth. It stays smooth. It is incredibly clean and has a nice little oaky finish. And then I'm still getting vanilla. I'm still getting caramel. I'm getting a light baking spice. That is very, very solid. Like I said, I've always loved this. I just sip this a little at a time. I've made this last forever. So if you can see the big old sticker on the front. If you can get a hold, anytime you see a Blanton's store pick, get it. The one I've got is fantastic. It's better than normal Blantons. I've done them next to each other. I don't have a regular Blantons right now. Every time I get them, I've got buddies that want them, so I sell them to them right away if I find it. Oh, that's smooth. Yeah, that's really delicious. Really, really delicious. I think I might have to open this because this is really fun. And does anybody out there, has anybody tried, and Taz, I know you have a bottle. I don't know if you've tried it. Have you tried the Isaac Bowman Port Barrel? Because I am very curious. Since we're doing that, I might as well. And like I said, I'm imagining that also comes from Sazerac juice, and I'm guessing more than likely mash bill number 1, and then they port finish it. So we've got I invited the group to watch. I appreciate that. I have not tried it yet. Is Taz on the Isaac Bowman? Oh, wow, those are funky, huh? They're like blue color when I'm looking at the screen. So I have to get into that group, Ron. Send me the link again. I think you sent it to me. I'll look back in the text for it, and I'll get involved in that. Tell everybody thanks if they do. It's the group that you were. So Ron up there is my brother-in-law, and he's in Florida, and he sent me a picture a couple weeks ago. He was in, I can't remember if you were in Georgia or Louisiana. I'm not sure. At somebody's house with some incredible bourbons. I was so jealous. It was amazing. There was all the antique series were there and open and all kinds of crazy stuff. That was pretty cool. So that group, if they come on, they're going to be bored with what I'm doing. But I'm not sure why. I just noticed my old fashioned. So it's kind of habit. And it is absolutely fantastic. If anybody wants to try it this way, you can get the dried kind of candied orange peels. And then I love the orange bitters for it. And it is fantastic with this Bowman Brothers. The Traverse City cherries are absolutely fantastic. 2 of those, and then a little tiny spoonful. I use the little. I've got the spork spoon or the spoon fork mix right here. So I just get a spoonful of the cherry juice, get a spoonful of the candied orange, 1 candied orange. And you think it's sweet, but it really isn't, because I'm not using any simple syrup or sugar. I'm mixing that all up. Seriously, I'm not drunk yet, but I'm trying to talk too fast. So, anyways, it's really good. It's really, really good. I was going to let a little bit of ice or water get in there and add more ice that melted to just knock it down a little bit, so I can add the rest of the little bit of bourbon that I got. And mix that up, let that settle, and we'll go back. What is let's see, Taz, he hasn't tried it yet. Ginger ale. Anybody else trying anything, or what are you going to try next? And what do you think about next week? So what would you do? What bourbon would you take with you for a 2-night camping trip on a river or a lake? We're going to a river, and what would be your bourbon? What would you take with you, or whiskey or rye? And what do you suggest I take? What sounds good around a campfire? And whatever I take, I'm going to soak beer brats in the bourbon and cook those up camping. So the bourbon I'm drinking is going to be soaked in the brats that I'm eating. That should be super delicious. Back to the Blantons. Oh, that's so good. Where is Robert? Taz, do me a favor and text Robert. He was supposed to jump in. So hopefully he can. Give Robert a text, and so he can come on and say hello. And Dennis, what are you trying? What are you drinking? Are you still watching? So need Dennis. Tell me what you're drinking. Go get yourself a Crown Apple or a Crown Peach. He's coming out here to visit this summer, and he's going to get to try some good bourbons. He stays a week, and he's ready to leave. Or if he's coming. But anyways, what else? What do we got here? This is so fantastic. Nobody said if they want me to open the Isaac Bowman and try it. It's a port finished bourbon. It's probably pretty solid. It was New Orleans, and the best was the 1980s Wild Turkey. I would imagine. So the Wild Turkey 8-year just came out, just released. I have a bottle of it. I have 2 bottles, I think, actually. And so regular Wild Turkey 101, and it's Wild Turkey 101 8-year. Wild Turkey 101, they say now is around 4 years, between 4 and 5 years. But they said it used to be an 8-year. Always. It was just common back in the day for Wild Turkey 101 to be 8 years. And in the 80s, it was probably about $8 to $10. It's absolutely nuts. It's kind of like Ancient Age, which I will definitely be taking with me camping. That's 1 bottle I'm taking because it's plastic. And do I still have it? I think, yep, there it is. I can see it over there. I have a bottle of Ancient Age. I would walk and get it, but I meant to have that tonight. But Ancient Age is mash bill number 2. And if you haven't seen the short, check out the short. I had them make an Ancient Age. I went to my favorite place in town, Watering Hole, and they had an Ancient Age old fashioned that they made me. That's their well. And Ancient Age is mash bill number 2. It is the same mash bill as Blanton's. It's only aged probably right around 4 years, and they're not as good of barrels and not as good a spot, where it's moved around and aged perfectly to where everything's getting out, all the char, and it's only 80 proof. They proof it down. But if you want a good mixer, if you want a great old fashioned and a good cocktail, everybody poo poos ancient age, but it's really not that bad. But the flavor's just gone like that. You drink it, it's gone. That's why it's good in a mixer. Anything with a mixer, if you don't have that flavor that lasts, that's why you use lower proofs and not as good a bourbon as a mixer. The other one I will be doing too is an old granddad night with Bottle and Bond and 114. I'm hoping to get a hold of a 7 year old granddad is coming out, Bottle and Bond, in a special release. And as I get more live people, maybe throughout the summer, I will open my old granddad 16. So, okay. 1983, 80 proof black label wild turkey. Oh my goodness, that sounds absolutely fantastic. And Mason, thanks for watching. And wow, I would love to try that. So the rare breed, wild turkey rare breed, we're kind of getting off this subject, but that's okay because I'll be doing wild turkey night too. Wild turkey rare breed, 115 proof is absolutely fantastic. It is so good. Can't go wrong with that. This Blantons, I'm going to have a little bit more of that, and I'm going to try the Bowman next. But these things. That's why I like these glasses. These are the mini Glencairns, and the thing full all the way to the top is a 2 ounce pour. So that's why I'll just get it here to nose it and just do like a quarter of an ounce, and then try to do a little bit more. Really, really good. Let's go back to the Bowman. Yeah, and it's just so smooth. It's smooth just all the way through. You get this baking spice that just hits with caramels and vanillas. I'm getting a little cherry now as it's sat out. Some nice kind of you know kind of dried cherries. Wouldn't say candied, but dried. Oh, the nose too. I'm starting to get a little bit of cherry. Nice light oak. Got a really good flavor to it. Can't go wrong. Absolutely a must get. Anybody that doesn't have one of these, look for one and get one. You really should have one. They're absolutely fantastic. Um, so just got another one to bring back. 1983 80 proof black label wild turkey. I've never even heard of that. Somebody's got to send me a picture of that. What does that look? What is that? You got another one? I want one. that sounds amazing. That would be really really good. What was it? There was somebody was little hunt day today too. I was pretty excited about that. I got a Penelope single barrel 10 year, which I have one, but I got another one because the one I got was from my buddy Taz, and that's the only two I've ever heard of anybody finding, and I grabbed one today. So I wasn't going to open it, but now I'll open that. I'll be opening that when I do the Penelope night. But I want to get this going a little bit more and start getting a few people up before I start opening some good stuff and doing that. So once again, I appreciate everybody watching. This has been fantastic. And no Robert, what a bummer. No Bob either. Where's Bob? What about Bob? Huh? And I do appreciate Mason and Ron watching. I had another buddy that wanted to watch really bad, but he's at a concert and outdoor patio at a distillery or at a brewery that I would be at probably if I wasn't here. Just a regular bottle, and it had black label back then. Wow, early '90s. I have an age statement in the bottle. So if it doesn't have an age statement, I don't know when those rules changed or did, or if they ever have. But if there's no age statement on a bottle, then it has to be aged at least 4 years. That has to do something to do with the Bottle and Bond Act. But if you don't put an age statement on it, now you can put anything over 4 years on it, of course. But if there's nothing like if it says aged at least 2 years or aged at least 3 years, that means it's 3 years or 2 years. But if it doesn't say anything on it, it has to be aged at least 4 years. I think that's been forever. So that stuff back then, and like I said in the 80s, from what I understand, everything I've heard is the Wild Turkey 101 was always used to be around 8 years. And then as it got more and more popular, and they watered it down and brought it down a little bit to get it out faster because the demand. Wild Turkey was really popular. Always has been, but back then, when there wasn't as many brands, Wild Turkey was a pretty big one when the 101 came out. And I'm not sure what year that was. But okay, we tried the Bowman. Let's go back to this one. Boy, that's good. I mean, that Blanton's is really good. I'm not a giant Blanton's fan normal. I think it's a little overrated and it probably still at the price. But when I bought this a couple years ago, a regular Blanton's was only $65, I think I was paying for Blanton's when you could find it MSRP. And this 65.70, and this was 80. Well, if you get a store pick of this now, it's going to be 100. So it's gone up. I don't. This was well worth. I think it was 75 or $80. That's worth it. I don't know if 100 is worth it, but now this is well worth the $60 to $65 that people are paying for it. So yeah, people say it's 80 proof, 8 years. Yeah, that sounds about. Oh, so this is the original Wild Turkey before the 101. So an 80 proof 8 year. Wow, that'd be interesting to try. I bet that's pretty solid. So, and I think Ron, you've tried it. The only thing I can compare that to is I talk about it all the time. That'll be another one that I do. The Evan Williams Vintage Single Barrel, and which is fantastic, and it has a numbered release on it. So I have the 2016 is right now, and every year they do a new one, and it goes a barrel each year. And it's a single barrel, and it's usually minimum age right around 8 years, and it's 86 proof, and it's under $40. And that actually is my number one in my video coming up with my $30 to $40 bourbons. That is my number one. Absolutely, if you see it, get it. It's number 2016 right now. If you get lucky enough to find a 2015, look for something over barrel number 100, and it should be 9 years and 1 month for $34, $35. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So I imagine that Wild Turkey back then was pretty good. And when the original 101 came out, I don't know what the age statement was, but I heard originally it was 8 years. And I don't know how long 101's been out. When I do my Wild Turkey night, I will definitely have those answers. I'll research it a little bit. We'll go back to the Bowman. Open it. Okay. He says open it. All right, we're going to open it. Let me, yeah, I'll have a little bit of these two left, so we'll open this one and try it against it. So we're going to do a cork pop, and we're going to try the Isaac Bowman. You just don't see this that much. They like this last release of these two came out. I didn't see this one, and it's been a bit since I've seen it. And I clipped my nails today. I guess I shouldn't have. Let me get my wait. Oh wait, I think I got it. I happen to have a clean glass right here because I was hoping somebody would say open it. So cork pop, here we go. Got a little plastic. Let's do that in a little bit. Get shape. All right, not bad. Wasn't great. Cork pop on that single barrel earlier was really good. Okay, pour a little of that. We'll let it breathe. And I forgot to take this earlier. So we'll do this now. If anybody ever looks for these, whenever I film, whenever I do a channel and I'm trying different stuff, I always try to drink this before I start. But I've been going that long, so this will work. Some people they promote on YouTube channels on the Whiskey Tube called like Z Biotics, but it's like incredibly expensive. This is called Morning Recovery. You can get this at any liquor store. They have like a orange flavor, and this is more of a lemon flavor, and it's basically like a green tea and all this stuff that just hydrates. Plus, drink lots of water when you're doing this. I'm almost done with that one, but we're gonna can this. I have these up for my birthday. I think I'm not sure if you have one of these or not, Ron. I think I offered it, but they're awesome. They just help with everything, and you feel better the next day. And I'm not drinking very much because I do have to go to work tomorrow, unfortunately. For a little bit, not too bad. A little bit of that, letting this breathe. Got a little tiny bit of that left. Oh, you can definitely smell the finish on that. It's not overly powerful though. That's not bad. That's not too bad at all. So I can't remember the name. I had somebody from Michigan said they were going to get on tonight, and I don't know if that was maybe Brad or Chris. I meant to let somebody else that watches my channel know and forgot, but he would have seen the ahead of time. So yeah, if any of you are from Michigan, I'm originally from Michigan. Somebody was going to watch from Michigan, and I guess Robert's not going to make it. Taz, did you text Robert? Let me know. Ray, text Robert if Ray's still watching. Ray said hello and went to bed, I think. But let's get this going. So I would say so far the jury flat out says, although this is a single barrel, that this is a must buy. And if you like the Blantons and you're looking for Blantons, definitely get it. But anytime you see this, grab it. This is definitely a Blanton's replacement. I would say it is really, really good. And if you go value, even with this as a single barrel, like I said, I paid $80 for this 2 years ago. Now it's probably anybody out there got a Blanton single barrel lately, a store pick. Let me know what you paid for it. And Florida, Ron probably paid $200 for it. The way he's 150 for a normal bottle. But I'm saying for value, I think I'm still going with Bowman. The Blantons is really solid, and it was like 62, 63, and now it's like the bottle I saw. I didn't get a bottle. I let it be because I had this full bottle. I let somebody else grab it. It was 60. I think it was 64.99. That's still a really solid price for a 8-year mash bill #2 Blantons. I mean, and they distill it one more time. You can tell that it's smooth. I mean, it's just so smooth. And this one is fantastic also. I mean, it's really good. And there's a lot of similarities, of course, because they're the same mash bill, but they just do theirs a little different. Depends on the barrels they're using, the house they're putting in, where they're moving it. They're in Virginia, if they're by water, the climate, these bourbon companies, Kentucky and Tennessee, Virginia, where they do it, and they're learning from other people. They're mad scientists. The way that they move barrels around and get the liquor to come into the oak and out of the oak and into the char and out of the char, they move it up, they move it down, you get the perfect area for it. And then they have barrel pickers that they pay a lot of money to pick the perfect oak barrels for the high-end stuff. So they're good at what they do. Obviously, they're fantastic, and they're geniuses. They're mad scientists. The Kentucky distillers and these guys, your Jimmy Russells of the world and your head distillers and the guys doing all this are mad scientists. They are very good at what they do. That's why we pay so much for it, and we love it, and we're talking about it right now. And Ray says something. Let's see. Taz, have not tried it yet. Let's see. Where are we at? Ray, I'm here. Okay, I know you're here. I did text Robert. No, Robert. I have a 2014 Evan Williams single barrel. Oh, man. Wow. Geez, somebody's got some good stuff there. That's probably really good, too. Oh, the 2014. Okay, yeah, the Evan Williams, the vintage, correct? Is that what you're saying, Mason? So I have a 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and they're all change every year. They vary. The lowest one I've ever seen is 7 years and 8 months, and then that 15 is the most I've seen, which is 9 years and 1 month, with a heavy char and absolutely fantastic. So just really, really good. All right, let's try the port. It's got I'm not sure on the nose. I'm getting a lot of port wine. It's like it's covering up everything, so that bothers me. And it has a pretty red color to it, so I don't know. There might be a little bit more of the port than I'm going to like. I'm not a big fan of the heavy finished bourbons. You know, I mean, it's like putting pineapple on pizza. Why ruin a good thing? Hmm. I'm not sure about this. I'm not crazy on the nose. Hmm. Okay, this is a neck pour. Right out of the gate. Not a big fan. That doesn't taste like any of these. That's not a preference. We'll let it sit a little bit longer and breathe, but it's got a weird nose. Ah, hmm. I hate to say it because port wine, wine, it's grapes. It kind of tastes like rotten grapes. I'm not loving it. I need some water. I'm very unhappy. Taz, why'd you tell me to open that? Maybe over ice with a spritzer. I'm not sure about that one at all. Yeesh. Pineapple is not great on pizza. No, you don't have pineapple on pizza. You have pineapple on the grill, pineapple. You don't do pineapple on pizza. My my, I don't. I love bacon. I don't like Canadian bacon on pizza that much either. But a lot of people do Canadian bacon pineapple pizzas, the Hawaiian pizza. Yuck. Just I love pineapple, but not on pizza. So I also don't really like ketchup on French fries. I prefer ranch. So there you go. Oh, there's a new dill pickle ketchup out there that is phenomenal on a hot dog or a broad. All right, let's try a little bit more of this. What's your favorite Memorial Day meat on the grill? Or on the, is it hot dogs? Is it burgers? Is it brats? Are you smoking stuff? I did a cowboy burger this afternoon from Whole Foods. They're absolutely amazing. Oh, that goes into the little bourbon potty right over here. That's the this is the bourbon toilet. That's where I put the water wash and the bourbon I can't drink. That was not good. I'll let it breathe and I'll try it another time, but that's ruining everything else I'm drinking. Yuck. All right. Don't buy the Isaac Bowman unless you really love port wine finish, but that wasn't very good. Uh, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not great. Not great, Bob. Speaking of Bob, where's Bob? And where is Robert? Great with Canadian bacon and red peppers. I mean, I like red peppers. I like Canadian bacon. I like pineapple, but all separate, not on a pizza. Pepperoni sauce, meat lovers, man. And I'll do Canadian bacon with a bunch of other meat, whole bunch of meat. I love pepperoni and sausage, or pepperoni and mushrooms. Love pepperoni and mushrooms. And then another great one everybody's going to get grossed out on. I like a pesto pizza with chicken and black olives. That's delicious. And a chicken bacon ranch pizza. If you ever had one of those are really good too. Although we're supposed to be talking barbecue, and now we're talking pizza and bourbon. So, all right, I'm really disappointed in that. Is there? Let's see, along the lines. Oh, you know what? I bet a lot of people, since we're on this and people are still watching, I'll go for this. Um, so this one is a hard one to find, and I'm pretty sure I could look it up on my phone. But the single barrel Hancock Reserve, I do believe, is mash bill number 2. If somebody would look that up for me real quick so I don't have to on my phone, I am fairly certain that Hancock Reserve, which is hard to get, is President's Reserve. And this is pretty low proof, if I remember. Yeah, this is only 88.9 proof. It's hard to find. This is another one that would be under mash bill 2. So since we're kind of doing stuff that's mash bill number 2, although this is mash bill number 1, let's and since that one was so disgusting, we'll try a Hancock Reserve and let you know what I think of that versus what we're drinking. And has anybody ever had the Hancock Reserve? And we're doing pretty good. If people want to hang out, I'm gonna stay on as long as there's some people watching. And as long as I keep getting a few comments, um, what is Taz saying now? Robert Owl. I don't know. Robert's not coming on. Oh, there he goes. I'm here. Yeah, Robert's here. Cool. All right, Robert. So I don't know if you saw we tried the Isaac Bowman pork barrel because Taz told me to, and it was disgusting. I dumped it. I put it in the bourbon potty over here, and not very good at all. So if anybody's looked that up yet, let me know. I decided to bring out the Hancock Reserve because a lot of people probably haven't tried this. It's hard to find, but I like it, and it's a low proof. Good on an ice ball, just a nice little session, and it's mash bill too. That's what I thought. Yep, it's mash bill too. So it's the same as this, and it's the same as this, same mash bill. I believe Rock Hill Farms is also mash bill number 2, which Taz has a bottle and I don't. That's one bottle I really want is a Rock Hill Farms, and so, yep, Hancock is mash bill number 2. So I cleaned this out. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of that. We'll let that sit for a second. Keep this one in the corner. Hey, I'm selling an Isaac Bowman at a really good deal if anybody's interested. So I'll give you the low Barrelhouse price. I know Taz doesn't want it because he already has a bottle. Taz, yours is unopened, so I'd try to get rid of it. I'd move that bad boy if you came with somebody that likes wine. So let's try a little bit more of this. I think Ron might have went away, but by the way, tell my sister I said hello. Yeah, Rock Hill Farms is great. Thanks, Mason. I haven't been able to try it. If get my address from your dad, I'll even send you some sample bottles if you. I'll send them empty, and you can refill them with whatever you want and send them back. I'll even send the postage. So let me know on that one. I would be very happy about that. So I would love to try that. That's supposed to be amazing. And by the way, you said you had. Oh, you said it's great. Yeah. So there you go. All right. That's not gonna be a whole lot. Let's so I finished. Yeah, I finished that one, and I'll finish the John J Bowman, which once again is worth every penny of $65, and this is a must. Grab this if you can find it, and this makes an absolutely amazing old fashioned. Nice and refreshing, so good on the holiday weekend, definitely in the summer. This is my collection. If you want to check it out. All right, you can email that to me, Mason, at barrelhouse65@gmail.com. I would love to see your collection. You can see mine behind me. I have a little bit more upstairs, but yeah, that sounds amazing. I'd love to check it out. That would be really cool. Maybe we can send some samples back and forth. So let's try the Hancock. And anybody, I got another person in. So thanks a lot. What are you drinking? If you haven't texted in and you showed up, what are you drinking? I'm still looking for. I could look it up, but somebody from Michigan was going to watch tonight. Watches my channel. I don't know if it was maybe Chris or so Chris did straight up regular. About to pour a Bowman's or Brad. So, oh no, Brad. You know what? I think I think Brad. Brad, you're local, Brad. Pretty sure, right? So maybe it's Chris. And I don't see really anybody else right now. Robert, what are you drinking? And how's the weekend been? So we're gonna plan pretty soon. I talked to a couple buddies, another golf trip / bourbon up in Estes Park. Estes Park, Colorado, for anybody that hasn't been out to Colorado and been to Estes Park, is amazing. There is the Stanley Hotel has what's called the Vault with a tasting room, and you do a tasting. And for my birthday, Ron was out here, and we had a big group of us. Taz was there, Robert was there, Ray was there. Had a big tasting, and they poured a couple extra. Not everybody showed up, and so thank goodness for Ron because And Mason, you'll be laughing when you hear this, but Ron, we're trying them all and look, and people are just kind of tasting, trying to figure out what they are. We'll look over. Ron's are all gone. He finished them all. Everybody else just taking this little sip. He boop, 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 canned them all. And so we had to get him a new. And he realized, oh wait, I'm getting another refill. So I think he did that a couple of times, but kind of like that Eagle Rare 17 that he got me for my birthday, and we split. And mine lasted an hour, and his lasted about 2 minutes. So hey, whatever it works. So yeah, Brad. Yeah, it took me a second, Brad, but I realized who that is. So thanks for watching, Brad. And I hope. Well, what are you drinking, Brad? What did you say earlier? Um, what's everybody drinking now? And should I try anything else? No, Brad didn't say what he was drinking. That's crazy that it's $60 for a John J Bowman in Florida and $150 for a Blantons. I mean, just get 2 of these, 3 of these. It's not. That's not worth the extra money over this. It just isn't. Although the single barrel is really good. Now the 12-year is fantastic too, but it's not worth what they're getting for that. It's like a couple $100. I'm not 12-year. The gold, the Blanton's gold is fantastic, but it's not worth the money. So, all right, here we go on the Hancock President's Reserve. And Brad is having a 1792. Is that the regular small batch or the bottle and bond, or which one is that? So the Hancock is just really smooth. It's mash bill 2. None of them have an age statement, and I don't know, the darkness versus the darkness here. This looks a little lighter. So I'm guessing the Hancock, I don't know, 6-7 years. It's definitely, because of the proof, it's pretty lightweight, but it's definitely better than Buffalo Trace. It doesn't have the Buffalo Trace Match Bill 1, and this is way smoother, but there's not a lot going on. Bottle and bond. Okay, maybe we had this discussion earlier. Sorry, Brad. I thought somebody else was doing bottle and bond. Maybe that was you. And that's a great pick. And a vanilla porter. Interesting. A bottle and bond with a vanilla porter. Well, I mean, that can't suck. How can that be bad? Yeah, with some. What food would you pair with a 1792 bottle and bond and a vanilla porter? And what is the best either meal or snack to pair with one of these bourbons? With a Blanton's, with a mash bill 1 or 2, with the Blantons and the Buffalo Trace. What food do you pair? What meal and what appetizer or what snack are you having? Let's hear that one. It's just really smooth. And the funny thing about it, with it being mash bill number 2, is it doesn't have near the kind of the high rye, the baking spice. It's there subtly, but I'm getting like a vanilla crumb cake. I mean, that's basically what I'm getting. It's just this really light, kind of desserty feel to it, and just a little bit of baking, not baking spice, but more like a crumb cake, coffee cake maybe. Just real mild. It's fine. It really is. You wouldn't. This is definitely something I drink neat. Although I'm not a big fan of warm whiskey and bourbons. Everybody knows that, but that's good. Anybody, if you can ever find this, of course, get it. I mean, absolutely get it, because it's a unicorn for whatever reason. It's really hard to find, and I don't know why. It's kind of like Rock Hill Farms. And this isn't a fancy bottle. It's nothing crazy. You should be able to find it more often, but you just can't find it. You can't get it. I got it at MSRP. This bottle is probably 2-3 years old, and I think I paid $50 for it, $45-$50. I don't know what it would be now. I don't think the secondary market is huge for it. I just don't think people can get it. It's just strange. It's like the Weller Full Proof and the Weller 12-year. Those are, or the Weller, sorry, the Weller 107. I mean, it's hard to get than an antique bottle. It's just insane. It's a screw cap, people. It's a screw cap. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, it was a $30 bottle of bourbon. Weller 12-year is a screw cap. MSRP on it's like $45. and people, and it's good. It's really good, but can't get it. Can't get it. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. We're at an hour. I appreciate you watching, and we'll stick around. What is everybody else drinking? And anything else you want me to try? Maybe I should make one more. Um, okay, so Mason said, yeah, he must have said to people. So yeah, email that to me, and we'll switch some stuff around if you want. Email me your address or your whatever, and we'll work back and forth. And I can send some. I can send some samples to you with the jars, and then you can, when you empty them, you can send me some stuff. It's up to you. So, oh, I actually got way behind here. With that's so funny. That is so awesome. Somebody give him a heart. He deserves a heart. Brad is having a bottle of bond bourbon with a vanilla porter and spaghetti and Italian sausage. That is perfect. That is way better than pineapple on a pizza. Way better. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Beef jerky with a bourbon. That's great. It's a little cheese. That's good too. Um, I love to have a um, little snack, but yeah, cheese is always good with with bourbon. Of course, pretzels and beer, pretzels and bourbon. I like that too. I actually last night had an old fashioned with some queso, and Ray would know this. It's a green chili queso with pico in it. I put fresh pico and mix it up. Don't heat it up or anything, and that's absolutely fantastic. And I had that with an old fashioned last night. That's delicious. So, speaking of old fashioned, so we'll pour a little bit of that in there and a little tiny bit more of the Bowman Brothers small batch. I believe it's only 90 proof. Yeah. So the Bowman Brothers small batch is very good, and it's mash bill number one if you're joining late. And this is these are both if you're joining late. These are both juices from Buffalo Trace, and they're under the Buffalo Trace umbrella. This is mash bill one, which is Eagle Rare and Buffalo Trace, and this is mash bill two, which is Blanton's, and which is the Hancock President's Reserve and Rock Hill Farms, and so, and then Isaac Bowman, I imagine, but oof. So, but this has been really good. Old fashioned, it makes a proof, but it's so damn expensive. What is up with that? So I think we need to add one more orange. So everybody's saying what they're drinking. Is anybody having an old fashioned? And how do you make your old fashioned? And what's your favorite way to make an old fashioned? I know, Ron, you love making old fashions. So tell us your favorite way to make an old fashioned. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do one more little half of this, or quarter of this orange. These candy oranges from NoCo, if you didn't catch that. NoCo Distillery here in town. I will be doing that too. NoCo Distillery is in Fort Collins. They won Whiskey Worlds last year in a single barrel. They took second in the straight bourbon whiskey, and straight bourbon categories to George C. Stack. That's a local out of Fort Collins, Colorado. I was there last week and got these oranges and had a new bottle that I haven't opened yet that they're entering in Whiskey Worlds this year. If I can see it quickly, I'll grab it. That's not it. This might be it. And they gave me a good discount on it. They're, yes, here we go. And I just talked about it. I'm not big on the finish stuff, but this is a Founders Reserve Sherry Cask Finish, 128 proof rye. They are entering this in the Whiskey Worlds this year in that category. And this was absolutely fantastic. They put it on an ice ball I dropped my son off at the roller rink and was going to go get some stuff done, then come back. I sat there for an hour and 20 minutes sipping this one pour. It is absolutely delicious. Look for that for Whiskey Worlds. Look for NoCo online. I know they distribute. I think he's in LA and Vegas and Colorado. So it's absolutely fantastic. He also is Picard season 2 episode 6. The NoCo bourbon is in a Star Trek episode, which is really cool. That's pretty cool. And he did specialty bottles from the barrel that he used for that. And I have one of those in a whole setup. It's kind of neat. But yeah, all right, we got a little bit more of this going on. We're still at 11 people, which is fantastic. Okay, how do you make what's your best old fashioned? What's your favorite? So I like old fashions. People prefer Manhattans. I don't do Manhattans. What's another cocktail I should try? I like a good highball sometimes. Is really good too. I generally like old fashions with rye a little bit better than regular. Do you guys prefer regular bourbon or rye? And by the way, this is fantastic. If you can't find the Bowman, a really good. So somebody earlier, 1792 bottle of Bonds, but the 1792 small batch is 32 or 33 bucks maybe. That is a great. That's what's in here, and that makes a great old fashioned. And that one Whiskey Worlds for small batch category, and that would be a really good one. I'll be doing 1792 here soon on a live feed. And for all you still watching, which a lot of people dropped off, so we'll shut her down here in a minute. Check out the 1792. Check out next week at 5. And nobody did tell me what I should take camping. What bourbon should I take camping? I never got that from anybody. So anybody's still chatting, what should I take up? What's your favorite bourbon to take on a camping trip, whether you're on a river or a lake, in the forest, on the beach, whatever it happens to be? What should I take camping? And we're going to shut her down here in a few minutes. Oh, I like whiskey and Mountain Dew. Brad, don't tell anybody that. I hope that's like Ancient Age is okay to do that, but or Jim Beam, really cheap Jim Beam or cheap Jack. I hope it's really cheap stuff. Evan Williams, maybe. My buddy does Jim Beam and Dew all the time. Yeah, so that might be it. Haha, Jack. Tracy, yesterday with the cold weather, there were highballs. Yes, definitely. I'm talking about a drink, Taz. I'm talking about a drink. Oh, Taz. Yes, definitely. They were very highballs. We were on the golf course. It was 51 degrees, and it was trying to snow. And we were in shorts and no jackets. Finally, we got raincoats out. One of our buddies had on, he freaking had on a beanie that he pulled out. Pretty soon he's pulling out a parka. I was waiting for him to get gloves. It was pretty crazy. For Memorial Day weekend, I believe by the time we finished golfing, it was like 49 degrees on the, whatever we're at, 25th of May. It was crazy. So we got a little chilly. All right, oh wait, are you a new person? Oh, yes. Hello, Cindy. And yes, Independent Joe. Thank you, Independent Joe. What are you drinking when you go camping, Independent Joe? Okay, Independent Joe, look him up. He's got a channel, and I went against him in a Trash Pallet Challenge recently on another channel. Another one, check out Baker Drinks. I was going to tell them that I was doing a live feed, but I didn't want to bother them with it. So hopefully down the road they'll check mine out. But yeah, Independent Joe, thank you so much. And what would you take camping if you're still here? You may have just chimed in and left. Cindy, Tin Cup 10, that is a great idea. I hadn't bought a bottle, wanted to buy a bottle. I did 10 Cup 10, and that's Colorado bourbon. It is fantastic. I did it blind against Eagle Rare. I always do Eagle Rare 10 against stuff like that, and in the price range, same price range, and you can get it on the shelf. Anybody watching anywhere in the country, you should be able to get Tin Cup 10. It's a black tin cup, which is totally awesome, and I think it's about 45 bucks, right in that range. Fantastic, great idea. I might take that. I really like Tin Cup 10. Tin Cup 14 is pretty good, but not worth the price. And Tin Cup 10 is way worth the price. Regular Tin Cup is a mixer and not great. but Tin Cup 10 is really good. I was a little bit surprised and really enjoyed Tin Cup 10. All right, we still got people watching, and anybody want to say something and talk about what they want to drink or what they're drinking, what their favorite barbecue food is for the weekend, snack and food, and what you would drink with it for a bourbon. We'll keep this going. If I can keep up around 8 or 9 people, I'll keep going. And I appreciate anybody coming on. Share it with whoever. That would be fun, fantastic. And a handle of Jim Beam 7-year at 30 to 40 bucks. Well, heck yeah. So that I'm doing some videos. I don't know if anybody's seen my $40 to $60 top 10 bourbons to get at the liquor store that you can actually get anytime you want. I did those. I did it as a 3-minute short. It's really good. I just filmed today, should be up Tuesday or Wednesday, of my top 10 $30 to $40 bourbons that I would get at the liquor store. And I'll spoiler alert. Number one is Evan Williams Vintage. Any one you can get right now. It's a 2016. That's an under $40 bottle. Absolutely amazing for the price. So, and then you say the 7-year. So my next video is $20 to $30 bourbons. My top 10, and the Jim Beam 7, I believe, is like 27.99 here, 28.99, something like that. So anyways, or it might be a little over 30 where I was at, but I felt it was under 30 MSRP. But yeah, and if it didn't make my top 10, it'd be right outside of it. That's pretty good. I like Jim Beam single barrel. That is way better than Jack Daniel's single barrel, but can't find it. It comes and goes. You get it, then you can't find it. But yeah, Jim Beam 7. Tin Cup 10, $38 at Costco in Denver. That means maybe they have it in Fort Collins. I'll have to check that. Handle of Jim Beam 7-year, 30 to 40 bucks. You can't go wrong with that. Taz, I'm not going to say that out loud. People reading the chat what Taz is saying. I don't know of any blonde bourbons, but yeah, Taz, you're so bad. Independent Joe, Evan Williams Heroes is a great buy as well. Do I have that? So I have the Evan. So Joe, let me know. It's the red, white, and blue label. I thought that was Heroes. I have that one. I'd have to look for it, but I'm not on that one. And I really appreciate it. You're the first. I think you're the first bourbon channel that's been watching me. So it was really rough start, and I'm trying to figure this out. And I think your channel is going. So barrelhouse65@gmail.com, Joe. If you want, I'm trying to figure out the intro and get some stuff going a little bit better. It's not a great transition right now. I'll be on every Sunday at 5 o'clock, and I'll stay on until there's nobody watching. And right now there's a lot of people watching, so I can go back through. If anybody wants, just throw in the chat. I will pour a little bit more. I'm doing, the whole theme was John J Bowman single barrel versus Blanton single barrel, which are the same mash bill, and this is under the Cesaric umbrella. This is sent to Virginia, the juice, Blanton's juice, and it's the Blanton's juice because there's other mash bill too. So juice is sent for, this is Blanton's juice. I should make that clear because this is also mash bill too, but this isn't Blanton's juice. They do different things. I mean, it's all the same mash bill, but stuff varies. So this is all done for Blanton's, and this is sent to them. They distill it one more time, so it's triple distilled, then aged supposedly 7 to 8 years. This is mash bill 1. This is my old fashioned, which is Bowman Brothers. I tried Isaac Bowman earlier. If nobody is here, if anybody wants this bottle, they can have it. It's a drain pour. It went into my bourbon potty, and it was not good. Not good. Port wine finished. I didn't like it. So we cracked this open because this mash bill 2. This is 88.9 proof. It's a solid, hard one to find. But yeah, barrelhouse65, gmail.com. Let me know, Joe, if you can help at all. I'm trying to get my transition in and out. But every Saturday or Sunday at 5 o'clock, and we'll go an hour. And if people are still watching, I'll stay on longer. So I appreciate everybody jumping on. And I will pour more of this if you want to. So this is the single barrel store pick from 2 years ago of the Blantons, and I can pour a little bit more of it. And if people want the difference, I think for the price, I paid 80 for this 2 years ago. It'd probably be 100 now. Blantons is going for 90 in Colorado. I paid $64.99 for this. I just saw it for $64.99. Actually, I paid a little less than for this one, but I saw it I saw it the other day for $65, but I didn't need it because I had a full bottle. And this is $40. Great deal. $40 great deal. This is Mash Bill 1, Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace. It's fantastic. And I got to read a few more of these. Tracy, yeah. Independent Joe, Evan Williams, Dennis, great job. Pineapple and ham on pizza. We're back to the pineapple on pizza. No. All right. Does anybody else want to see Cindy? Do you like the Tin Cup 10? Did you get to hear what I was talking about on this? And what is your favorite? I got to go look at Costco. What's your favorite food with your Tin Cup 10? If you're taking it camping, what would you eat with a Tin Cup 10 by the campfire on the river? Let me know that. Anybody? Cindy is. I've never seen John J Bowman for $65. I'm in northern Colorado and I saw a bottle for $64.99 2 days ago. I didn't buy it because I try to share with other people and let them get it. I probably should have bought it, but I didn't. But yes, I saw it for. In fact, I'll give you the liquor store, Cindy, if you're interested and you ever come to northern Colorado. I don't know if they'll still have it, but it's a great one if you ever want to travel. You said you're in Denver, it sounds like. So if you want to travel north, there's a great little liquor store off the interstate. I'll tell you where it is. Go give them your business. They do everything in the MSRP, and they're fantastic. So I will, if you say it, if you ask for that, I will give it to you. Otherwise, I won't say anything. That is really good. Nobody has said how they make their favorite old fashioned. I don't think Ron's watching anymore. What's your favorite bourbon or rye or whiskey to make an old fashioned with? And do you use simple syrup, Traverse City cherries, Collins oranges, and I like orange bitters. And I use 1/4 of a dry orange, and no simple syrup. I just use one little spoonful here with this, and one little spoonful from the oranges, and it makes a fantastic old fashioned. Let's see here. I'd be interested in shopping in NoCo. Okay, so it's in Wellington, Colorado, up I-25, north of Fort Collins, 10 miles. Take a left off the interstate at Wellington, and as you go across the bridge, you'll see a Burger King gas station to the right. Turn right at the first light, and it's called Cantina Liquors. Go in there and say hello. The owner, his name is Matt. The general manager and liquor buyer is Maze. They are absolutely incredible. It's a small little liquor store with a lot of bourbon choices. They also, if anybody out there likes their tequila, they do tons of store picks of tequila. They're big into really high-end tequila. They have lots of high-end bourbons. They have a nice whiskey wall, and they have some great stuff. And they have a frequent buyer program. If you get points and you earn points, and they do raffles 4 times a year. If you buy anything, if you buy a single barrel store pick of theirs, you get a raffle ticket, and you get a chance to get drawn. I got a William LaRue Weller. That's hard to say even sober, in which I am fairly much, pretty much, kind of, sort of, and at MSRP. And they're awesome people. So yeah, Cindy, go up to Wellington. It's called Cantina Liquor. Look it up and go see them. Maze is there Tuesday through Friday till about 3 in the afternoon. It's not there on the weekends. But yeah, tell them that John at the Barrelhouse sent you, and that you know Taz, who's on there. He'll roll his eyes, but he'll help you anyways. But they're great people, and they have a lot of fun stuff. And you're not going to necessarily get all kinds of unicorns, but check it out. Get on their list. They're doing a 4th of July raffle, so they'll start that the month of June. So go up in June. And if you watch next week, if I know any news on that, I'll let you know. But and every single barrel store pick you buy. So a couple months ago, they had a Buffalo Trace. And Ron, my brother-in-law, he wanted some bottles of it, so he took some back to Florida. My dad took some back to Wisconsin. So I bought 6 bottles, sold all this to somebody else, and I got 6 tickets, and I won the Weller. So, and then paid normal price for it. So yeah, so you get a single barrel, you get a ticket. For every bottle you buy, you get a ticket, and then they draw it. And this year, I think they're going to draw it on the 4th of July, and then they'll do another one in November, December. Then they did an April Fool's one, and then they do the 4th of July. So 4 times a year. And this last one, they had some incredible bottles. George C. Stagg, the Weller. They had 2 antiques. They may have had a handy. They had a birthday bourbon. They had a 13th Colony Double Oak Super Special. They had some crazy stuff. They had a Jack 14. They had a Coy Hill. Lots of fun stuff. So yeah, check it out. If you're local, anybody else watching, go see Matt and Maze at Cantina in Wellington. So, Tin Cup 10 at the airport Costco, Denver, not in Timoth. Yeah, I'm not going to drive down there. I have a bottle. I'm good. But it may hit Timoth. So, come north and hit that one. All right, so we're winding down. Anybody else got any? I'd like to. This is so good. I'm running out of ice. I need some more ice. And I'll take bids, and I'll send it to you. The Isaac Bowman Port Barrel. We're starting at $5 for the bottle. So there you go. Oh, Eagle Rare 17 in my collection. Yeah, I do too. I really want Eagle Rare 17 in my collection. That'd be absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, those are hard to find. I'd never tried it until your dad bought me a pour of it. Well, we split a pour, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, all right. Anybody got any suggestions on trying anything else? I might shut this down pretty soon. We're gonna go another 8 minutes. I'll finish this. I'm trying to think. There was one more mash bill too. Rock Hill Farms, Hancock, President's Reserve, Blantons. I thought there was one more that I had. Anybody know mash bill number 2? There should be one more, and I may have it. I don't have the Rock Hill Farms, but if I had the other one, I'd open it, but I'd have to look it up on my phone. Yeah. Boy, you must really hate your relatives. I don't know if I'd do that to my relatives, Cindy. I just don't even know if I could do that. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I was very disappointed. Yeah, secondary market on a Eagle Rare 17, I believe, is about $1,800. So Mason, yeah. I hope to get lucky someday. Oh, by the way, we're talking. So we talked Eagle Rare 17, which is an antique series, and the William Weller. I'm just going to call him Will Weller, and the George C. Stagg, and the Thomas Handy, and the Cesarec 18, all antique series. They just announced the E.H. Taylor is coming out with an antique series. Now it's already called E.H. Taylor, and all these. So it's George T. Stagg, it's Thomas Handy. It's already E.H. Taylor, so what's that antique going to be? But they're coming out with an antique E.H. Taylor. Well, yeah, I know Blanton's is number 2. Robert, so we got Blanton. Oh, you know what? Anybody try Blanton's Gold? I could pop Blanton's Gold. I do have a Blanton's Red that I haven't opened that I got from Ron. I could pop that and try it. I have a Blanton's Gold back there. If anybody hasn't tried that, wants to know what that tastes like, that also, of course, is mash bill 2. E.H. Taylor is mash bill 1. Stagg, I'm pretty sure is mash bill 1. Pretty sure Stagg. Isn't Stagg mash bill 1, Robert? Mason Art Caribou. Yeah. That's funny, Mason. Caribou. Well, Caribou is Blanton's juice. Well, it's not Blanton's juice. No. Caribou is Royal Canadian whiskey in Canada, also under the Sazerac umbrella. They make it aged 2 years, then they send it. So they do. I think they age it first. I'm pretty sure they age it 2 years. They may just send the juice. I'm not positive. And then they put it in Blanton's barrels. That is hand selected used Blanton's barrels. That they have a guy down there that selects the best used Blanton's barrels, and then they age Caribou Crossing in that. So I guess technically, but it's not mash bill 2 because they've already distilled it. It's their own. It's their own juice. It's just in barrels. That's why it's just whiskey. A, from Canada, and B, it's not in new barrels. But yeah, that's kind of funny. I get it. Red is one of my regulars. Yes, Stag is mash bill 1. That's what I thought. And yeah, the E.H. Taylor Antique is going to be crazy expensive, I bet. Yeah, it'll be. Won't be able to find it. But what's it going to be called? Because you already have E.H. Taylor. Is it going to be called? I'm thinking, this is what I'm guessing. It's going to be called Colonel E.H. Taylor. So they'll put the Colonel in front because they're all colonels. And somebody jumped on me one night and said, why are all these guys colonels? Were they all in the war? Because they're all from the 1800s. Somebody said, no, they were colonels of Kentucky. It was a name for people that ran a distillery. They called them colonels. So true or false, I'm not sure. But I could see that. Colonel E.H. Taylor Antique Series. That makes sense. And it'll probably be, because they don't have a age statement on those, and maybe they'll do, and they could just do Colonel E.H. Taylor barrel proof 15 year. I mean, who knows? They'll throw an age statement on it, and it'll be amazing, and it'll be a unicorn, and you won't find it, but it'll be cool, and it'll be one that we all want to hunt for and find. So, you want me to try the gold? Should I try the gold? Where are we at? We're still 11 people. Red is one of my regulars. Yes, Stag. Okay. Everybody, let me know. I think I'm a little behind here. All right. Sorry, my phone's a little bit behind. Mason. No, I don't think so. We're down to 9. So we can end this pretty soon, or if somebody wants me to try something, should I try the gold? Anybody want to try the gold? And I never saw my guy from Michigan. So just cracked open a barrel proof 10-year E.H. Taylor Saturday night. About half of it has disappeared. I hate it when that happens. You open it, and I mean, I look at the dog. I'm like, I don't think it's the dog. I know it's not my kid. So probably the neighbor. I'm thinking it's the neighbor. He has the code to my house. So pretty sure it's the neighbor. I'll blame it on the neighbor. We're just going to go with that. That works best. H. Taylor 10-year. I said that earlier. I just picked up a Penelope single barrel 10-year today. I was pretty excited about that. But I think people are kind of done. I think we'll end it. And I asked, and nobody ever said, what would you take camping? Anybody? Mason? Anybody still listen? Cindy? I think Taz went to bed. I think Ray went to bed. Pretty sure Ray went to bed. We all work early. Anybody else? Let's see. Ron. I think Ron quit watching. But Robert, Brad, Cindy, Independent Joe, he jumped in and jumped out. I appreciate him jumping in. That was really cool. If Joe's still here, what would you take camping? What is your number one bourbon to take on a camping trip? We're going to be on a river, the Poudre River, which is awesome outside of Fort Collins, Colorado. You shoot down the interstate and up and over, and the Poudre River is absolutely amazing. And it's called Stove Prairie, and amazing. I don't have Wi-Fi up there. I'll be up there Monday and Tuesday of June, So yeah, it's totally amazing, and it's a really cool spot. And what should I take? Other than the Ancient Age, I will definitely take. So Independent Joe. Oh, wow, I got behind. Tomorrow night I'm having a RTF Remember the Fallen live, 6 p.m. Pacific. Cheers. All right, Independent Joe is a really good channel. Independent Joe is really cool. We did a trash palette challenge. He's doing a Fallen video tomorrow night at 6 p.m. I believe that was Pacific time. If you can read that. He's California, yeah, Pacific time. So I'll jump on that. You guys check that out. Um, Somehow I missed that. Ancient Age Elmer T. Is Elmer T. Lee Nashville too? Wow. How did I get so far behind on this? Hmm. Not a camper, but I would take Jack Daniels. Of course you would, Robert. You take Jack Daniels everywhere. Um, Cold weather, low proof, high proof for cold weather, low proof for hot weather. Yeah, that's a yeah. Well, so with me with hot, I mean high versus. So I'm weeded bourbons during warm weather. So I love weeded bourbons starting in like April, May, all the way into October, and then yeah, like starting to get into my darker, deeper stuff. It doesn't have to be necessarily high proof or low proof, but I love my weeded bourbons this time of year. I'll be definitely taking a weeded bourbon with me. Independent Joe, anybody still listening, check that out. He's a good channel. He's out of California, and just look that up um, and watch his live tomorrow night. So I'll jump in there for sure. Um, let's see, Jack Daniels, Robert, not a camper. All right. Wow. You holy cow. Mason, you're living the life. You went camping on Mount Fuji and took Jack Daniels rye. Okay. I mean, I can't even beat that. I can't even start to try to beat that. Wow, that's amazing. So, and Independent Joe, Jim Beam 7 for camping. Independent Joe is just Jim Beam 7. Just take Jim Beam 7. Joe, it's okay. But Jim Beam single barrel is the way to go because Baker's is not very good for the price. Jim Beam single barrel is like 36, 38 bucks. Unfortunately, it's hard to find. I like the Jim Beam 7. It's not bad. Good mixture, and that's not a bad idea. So I had a bottle of it and it's gone. So I guess maybe, well, when I do the next video on it, I will know that for sure. So um, since everybody said Elmer T. Lee, let's do an Elmer T. Lee. Because what's really cool about that is I had a hunt day 3 days ago and walked in on an Elmer T. Lee. Got a brand new bottle of Elmer T. Lee. It was 60 bucks, I think, something like that. So pretty excited about that. So I'm loaded up in Elmer T. Lee. So this is mash bill 2, which is crazy because I know what Elmer T. Lee tastes like, or what I think it tastes like, and it's going to taste nothing like the other stuff. I mean, that's plumb crazy. So we'll try a little bit of the Elmer T. Lee, and then we're going to call this good in about 10 minutes, unless other people have some other ideas. So here's the Elmer T. Lee. And Bob never showed up. I'm so disappointed in Bob. I need to text Bob. I need to text Bob. I'm texting Bob right now. As you guys are watching, I'm texting Bob. Say, where the hell is Bob? All right, I'm going to voice it. Bob, I'm still on. Where the hell are you at? Come on and say hello before I sign off. I'm signing off in 10 minutes. We're all going to wait for Bob to say hi. Okay, I just texted that to Bob. So you heard what I texted Bob. So now, because Bob's in a couple of my videos, Bob is awesome. Hi, I'm Bob. I mean, if you haven't watched anything with Bob in it, we did a short with Mexican whiskey. One was not bad. The other one was the worst thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. It makes this taste amazing. It was so horrible. Go back and check out that short. We were both half gagging. It was really bad. And Bob is a lot of fun and really good time. So let me get back to seeing where we're at. And now I'm behind on my chat again. So we've got Mason. I've tried Elmer T. Lee, but Dad has the bottle now. Well, you got to quit giving all your good stuff to your dad, Mason. I mean, he quit watching. He went to bed. He's playing video games right now. drinking your Elmer T. Lee, laughing at you. So, um, I can send you more of that too. Let's talk. I want to see your collection and get some of your good stuff, and we'll review it on the channel. So, okay, here's the Elmer T. Lee. The crazy thing about Elmer T. Lee, which I believe it's only 80 proof, and some people like it's 90 proof. Baker Drinks, it's called Baker Drinks. They have a live every Saturday night at 6 o'clock Pacific time, and they're good. And Troy, he calls it drain pour. He hates Elmer T. Lee, so I give him crap about it. Oh, let's get the other label out there. So I don't mind it. I mean, yeah, it's definitely worth what MSRP should be. I paid 60. I think it's up to like 48 or 50 now. It used to be like 42 bucks, and I'm sure 5 years ago it was like 30 bucks. But Elmer T. Lee, which is cool, and that's why he. And I don't know why I didn't even think about that. Thanks for pointing that out. But Elmer T. Lee, it would definitely be mash bill too, because Elmer T. Lee was the distiller that started Blantons. He he honored Colonel Blanton by doing the first ever single barrel bourbon in the 60s. So he did Blanton's as a single barrel and made a single barrel. That's why Elmer T. Lee is mash bill too, and that's why he is famous. But he came up, Blanton's the first ever single barrel distributed in the United States for bourbon. It became that's why it's still big. And so he honored Colonel Blanton, and then Elmer T. Lee, of course, then got his own bottle, which is mash bill too, which I didn't put together, and that's on me, and I'm disappointed. But yes, Elmer T. Lee, as a distiller in the 60s, came up with Blanton's as the first ever single barrel, and it's just blown up from there. And anytime you can find a single barrel, get it. Single barrel store pick, must have. It's amazing. I was talking about this today. The 1792 full proof single barrel store pick is unbelievable, and I would put it up against Stag. Everybody's going to be like, what? But yes, I would. So here we go. I got a couple more texts. Let's see. Mason. Wow, I got a whole bunch all of a sudden. Sorry. How did I get so far behind? Old-fashioned Jello shots. Barnhart. No meal, just okay. Let me get to this. Independent Joe. I gotta catch up. Steak and bourbon, Cindy. Yes, absolutely. But what steak and how are you cooking it? Are you smoking it? You putting some? Oh, I have. So Fort Collins downtown, it's called the Cupboard. They have somebody that makes it. It's huge old Himalayan sea salt chunks infused in bourbon and then put it as a salt. You rub that on whatever your steak, your pork, your burgers. Oh my goodness, it is so fantastic. You need to get some of that. Let me know. I'll send you a baggie. Jim Beam 7. I gotta get back. I gotta catch up here. I got off somehow. All right, Cindy. Knob Creek 12 is my favorite Beam product. Still lost in castering. Also has a touch of mesquite to me. I consider those for camping. Great idea. Knob Creek 12 is going with me. I love Knob Creek. So Knob Creek, 120 proof Knob Creek. So there's special reserve and there's private reserve. So Knob Creek 120 proof is a 9-year age statement, and it's really good. The private reserve is the store pick basically, and that's 10 years to 10 years and 6 months. Absolutely over the top. And for the price at 60 bucks, I sometimes like that over the 12. But I'll take the 12 over the 18, and the 12 is half the price of the 18. The 18 to me is overrated, and the 12-year is a great idea. Still Austin, I have not had that one. I'm looking for the red corn Still Austin, Cindy, if you see that anywhere. So Jim B, 200th anniversary. I was told it's horrible. Haven't opened it yet. LOL. Robert, do you have old character 8? It's also mash bill 1. I don't have that one. No, I don't even know what that is. Don't know that one. All right, so back to the Elmer T. Lee mash bill 2. And I said the proof earlier and forgot already. It's really low proof. It's 90 proof. So, and I think it tastes like kind of a strawberry rhubarb pie. That's where I'm at on it. So, it's delicious. I like it. I like it. It's low enough neat. I don't think I'd do it on an ice ball, and I don't think I definitely would do it in a cocktail, but just a sipper, nice after dinner session sipper. It's delicious. It's really, really good. So there's your another number two. So, all right. So as far as camping, I got Knob Creek 12. That's pretty much it. So that's about all we got. And we have 8 people watching. I'm going to sign off here in a second, but I'm not very good at the sign off part. So I'm going to have to walk around. And actually, I think I can use my, yeah, I can use that. So we're about out of here. Does anybody else? I appreciate everybody that watched tonight. Please come back next Sunday at 5 o'clock. We will be doing a what should I take camping? That's what we're going to do. That's going to be, I'm going to do my favorite bourbons that are great for camping, and we can talk about those and try those. I will do that. And then I will do, like I said earlier, and Cindy, I don't know if you were here yet, I'll be doing like, so every night, every week, I'm going to be doing an old fashioned and kind of a, whether it's Old Forester, whether it's Knob Creek, whether it's Evan Williams, different Penelope, all different low end to high end, and talking about that from at least for an hour. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, and I appreciate everybody. One a shelf, one a glass. I will talk to you soon, and see you next Sunday at 5 o'clock. Cheers, everybody.